guys, how are you doing? It's Cryptoinsightuk here, bringing you back another YouTube video. All I want to say is I've got about a week left in this environment. My mic will be getting better in about a week's time. My environment will be better, so if you hear background noise, I'm sorry about that. Just going to get on with this recording. I've got some big things to show you. And if you're an XRP fan, you're going to want to watch till the end of this video, because I found something that's just been released. No one's even covered it yet. And I think it could be big, I'm not going to lie. Like, it's at least a coincidence, and I don't like to get too into conspiracies, you know that, but let me just show you what I've got anyway. So, just to start off, the Securities and Exchange Commission have fined Kim Kardashian at $1.26 million for her promotion of Ethereum Max last year. If you remember that, I'm not sure. Like, her and Floyd Mayweather did something, and then I think like Logan Paul maybe did something as well. But yeah, I can't really remember. But I think it's just a bit ridiculous. Yeah, the fine Kim Kardashian 1.26 mil. Fair enough. Like, yeah, she promoted. I don't even know what Ethereum Max is. Maybe a scam, maybe not. I don't want to just say that it is without knowing anything about it, but I feel like it is, so I don't really know about it. But I don't think this is like much of a big story. They're making a huge issue out of it, and I think, well, you've got people like Do Kwon, Terra Luna that have literally smashed people's bank accounts, put people's life savings, like what was it, however big the market cap was, if you take Luna and UST, probably like 40 billion, 50 billion, and then you're finding Kim Kardashian for promoting a shitcoin, and like, fair enough, I understand why, I think it should be done, but just like there's bigger things out there, bigger fish to fry. Like the SEC rinsed Blockwork, turned them insolvent, literally bankrupted them, and then lost all their customers' money under the guise of protecting the investor. It's like, these guys are just so lost, in my opinion, and they're parading around like this is just some amazing thing that they've done. It's like, get a grip, Gary. Next little thing I want to touch on is Coin Bureau said EU regulations, they could be on the horizon. That's according to a leaked final draft of MiCA bill. It's incredibly dense with 1,050 pages, but we've picked out the most important parts for you. I've watched this video. The bill actually seems alright. I'm not sure how he's got his hands on his leaked bill. He says, he does reference someone in there that said that they've linked it to him, and you can question that person on Twitter. I can't remember exactly what their name is either. I just read through it. The most interesting thing for me was that like stable coin trading can only be limited to like 200 million a day or something like that. But everything else seemed pretty good, to be honest. Go and check that video out if you want to at Coin Bureau on Twitter. Then this is just what I wanted to put out to you guys. My ridiculous speculations. I want to know if you guys agree with this, to be honest. I think inflation's topped. Crypto bottomed in June, or if we break new lows, it won't be by much. The Fed will pause or pivot within the next 2 months. Europe's looking bleak. Central banks won't let things collapse because there's too much debt. I don't know why I'm not finishing sentences, because there's too much debt, and XRP will lead a new crypto rally. I'd like to know what you guys think about that. Obviously, I know a lot of people in here are XRP holders, so you may agree, but I would like to know your opinion. Then, this is another thing that I've seen just recently. Actually, let me just quickly, hopefully I can go back to that tweet by me. No, I can't, but I'll quickly open it up because I want to show you. I think I'm a better investor than Michael Burry. Just kidding. But look, I tweeted this 2 hours ago, and then Burry comes out at 11:03, which is like 40 minutes ago. I admit I'm feeling greedy, so maybe he's thinking that the bottom's in as well. He wants to buy some stuff. I already said that, so he's probably reading my tweets and then tweeting because of that. Just kidding. Again, he's probably not, but he might be. And this is something else from Joshua Jake. I'm really not going to try and pronounce the people's names in this video because I am awful with names. But this is from, I think it's called the All In podcast. These guys are super cool. I actually do watch this podcast every now and then. But yeah, they're billionaires, or at least, I don't even want to go for it, bro. I'm really sorry. But yeah, just watch this clip and they'll let you know what they think. And go to the All In podcast and have a watch of that if you interested in like macroeconomics and these guys' opinions. He's like ex-Facebook employee, maybe even like high up, like an executive. But yeah, we're just going to listen to what they say.
My prediction now is that I think the markets are bottoming and consolidating.
Yep, 100%.
And this is the time, I think, to start nibbling and start getting ready to really rip the money in. And I think there's enough signals every day that kind of like tell me at least that on the margin, it's time, because I think the markets do a reasonably good job of digesting news and then pricing the forward reality, right? Like today's price is really everything we already know. And so the real guess is what's about to happen in the future. And from my perspective, the markets are now starting to stabilize. All the irrational behavior is starting to exit the system. The party is in the last few hours. Volume's going down, the alcohol's being taken away, people are hanging around with a little bit, lights are coming on, they're like, oh, I've been here a little too long. And I think that that's a very healthy process for an economy. And I think that that's what's happening right now. So I'm constructive. I'm a little bullish. I'll go out on a limb. I think, we could be 3 to 5% from the lows, but we're more near the lows than the highs. The investments that one makes in this period will probably be the best for many, many years to come because they'll have the most asymmetric upside. And that was true in 2008 and 9 and 10. It was true in, 2002, 3, and 4. You're talking incredible companies just in those two periods. Think about this: Atlassian, Tesla,
Uber, Google,
Airbnb, Uber, Instagram, WhatsApp. Incredible businesses that have created tremendous value.
And this has been my narrative as well. If you follow me on Twitter, you will know this has been my narrative. If you don't already follow me on Instagram as well, get over there and follow me over on there. It's at Cryptoinsightuk. No weird dots or anything like that. I've got 2,500 followers on there, so you should know that that's me. Then I'm just going to show you some charts quickly, and then I've got some little bit of maybe some alpha for you XRP fans out there. So I added to my XRP bag here, actually with one of my personal clients, and I'm going to add again if we come down. We've still got, so we had some cash on the side. I'd put about 40% of it in there, and we've got 60%-ish to deploy if we come down to test the 39-cent range, which a lot of people are talking about because it was where the sign of strength came, and it could be a gap that needs closing before we move on to a higher position. But I did want to deploy just in case we were wrong. I've got huge bags of XRP, guys, like scary amounts. So, I don't know. That's just what I wanted to show you guys. QNT, I added this to my portfolio yesterday, so now I am a little bit exposed to QNT. I took the entry here at 134. It looks like a good entry at the minute. I also took a tiny entry into Block. I've talked about the Metaverse tokens in my newsletter. They've been ripping recently. I talked about all these Metaverse tokens in my newsletter here. Meta here has been absolutely on a tear. It's down 5% today, but if you look, since when I started talking about it, it's up like 80% or 75% to where we are now. I in the newsletter said that I thought it would be a sensible idea, no financial advice, to allocate probably a little bit to each of these and just hold them, because I think some of them will do probably like 100x. Like if you look at Epic, for example, where it is compared to its all-time high, I'm just going to show you. Doesn't mean it's going to come back from the dead. I'm just saying that if it does, you are looking at some huge upside rewards, guys. Here, this is the point I was making in my newsletter as well. Looking at like a 10,000x to the all-time high. It's like 100 times. And I got into Block, obviously. I'm up like 9 or 10% since yesterday, but anything could happen. I was actually wondering whether to take profit from there or not and cycle it into something else or hold the cash. It's 5,000% still to its all-time high from where we are now, which is a 50x. So these are just things to look out for. And I also am super bullish on ApeCoin. I'm not going to show you too much about that because I go not super in depth, but I go into depth in that on this week's newsletter that's just come out. So if you want to have a look at that, then go and check in the description. I talk about the fundamentals of it and why I'm excited about that in the short term as well. And now we are on to that alpha, guys. And obviously this could be coincidence. It depends if you believe in coincidence, but I'm just going to play you the clip anyway, and you let me know what you think. I mean, I don't know. This is a phrase that is used all the time in the XRP community. The XRP is going to rise like a phoenix. And literally, what's this, from 6 hours ago, I think, 1:44 a.m. Right now it's 11:54. So let's say that's 10 hours ago. Credit Suisse CEO comes out and says Credit Suisse are going to rise like a phoenix. Listen.
On the liquidity and the critical moment, the part that struck me is the metaphor the CEO uses, is that Credit Suisse is looking to rise like a phoenix. That's from the ashes. And so
is this coincidence? Then I got this little clip here from Token Topics on Twitter from 3 hours ago. Credit Suisse says bank will rise like a phoenix. Credit Suisse is the latest global bank to agree cross-border payments ready for distributed tech. A 135-page report, Credit Suisse offers their research expertise blockchain, declaring that it It will fundamentally change every aspect of banking and finance for the next 10 years. Furthermore, the report comes to the same conclusion as Ripple on the question of where these shifts will occur first and will have the most significant impact: cross-border payments. A shared ledger creates significant opportunity for cost-cutting in a number of areas where current processes are slow, cumbersome, and highly fractional. These areas include the processing of trades in securities, trade finance, and also in payments, particularly cross-border payments and transactions. Credit Suisse cites Ripple as an example of tech for banks to cut costs and increase revenue in payments. So, am I being a moon boy, or is something about to happen that is going to be what we've all speculated in the XRP community? Love for you guys to let me know in the comments. Peace up, A-Town down, as Usher would say.